Hi, I want to make this video a sequel to my last video, White Women Are the Best Kind of Women on the Planet. So this is the episode 2 of White Women Are the Best Kind of Women on the Planet. So this one is the perspective from Chinese men's perspective. I mentioned it in the last video I made, and I want to elaborate on that. So we discussed that it's got consensus among Chinese men that white women are more sexually attractive than all other kinds of women. The Chinese men want white women sexually. I would say that 99% of them think that way, and the rest 1% that are not agreeing with this are pedophiles. The rest, the 1%, they either into anime or doesn't like white women. But the reason, bottom line, is that they're pedophile. So the common explanation I hear from them is that I don't like white women is that I don't find beauty in them. I cannot enjoy that kind of women. Their bodies are too exaggerated. I cannot take it. Translation: I don't like white women's aesthetics because I'm not used to seeing white women. The reason of them into anime girls is that they're pedophile, bottom line. We all know that Japanese anime girls usually look really cute, innocent, kawaii. Japanese anime girls look like kids that are 10 or 12. The image, huge eyes, sharp and coy voices and behaviors give the impression of an innocent young girl. That was super popular back in my school in China. There were a bunch of classmates that were into anime. Actually, there were none that's like me. I was only into American TV series like The Walking Dead, The Flash, Broken Girls, The Big Bang Theory. But I could be an outlier since I liked English, and watching American TV series is a way to improve my English skills. That was recommended by our teachers. And back to my classmates, they actively sought out the latest anime series. They watched not only the very mainstream ones like Naruto, One Piece, Detective Conan, but also the less well-known ones, the new ones, the latest published ones. For them, my classmates, the reason why they're into anime girls is cultural recognition, therefore brainwash. Earlier I mentioned that the reason why that 1% of Chinese men who reject white women's aesthetics is familiarity, that they're not used to seeing white women. Okay, so I think this one is completely bullshit. So when I was little, I was never into anime too much. I was never into Detective Conan. I was never into Naruto that much. I was never into One Piece or other animes too much. I cannot even name that many animes, only the very, very well-known ones. Alright, but I remember I was always into American movies, what we say the Western movies, the European American movies, the Hollywood movies, the American TV series. My very first American TV series is the Prison Break. That That's that TV series is many Chinese people's very first American TV series, because at that time, American TV series were just getting to the Chinese market, right? And I remembered I was always into American movies and like my dad, who was into Nicolas Cage, so I watched a lot of his movies. He's also into the English songs. So yeah, I also watched that, the Nicolas Cage movies, and he bought a lot of DVDs, and yeah, I was watching that. I was super into Snoopy Dogg. And yeah, I just found that it's just simply better than anime, right? Anime, I found it is very, very hard to follow. They come in like a million episodes, and if you don't miss one, you're just completely lost. And from the surface, right, the aesthetics, I just don't find them very, very realistic. It's very, very fake. And it just look like whatever the kids like watching, right? Like it's like nobody has eyes. They're like that big, Nobody speaks in a sharp voice like an anime girl. No boy, no dudes, have a hairstyle that's like spiky, like a porcupine, whatever. Yeah. So I don't think they came to that conclusion by themselves that I'm not used to seeing white women, and so what? So what? If you haven't seen something, you just cannot find beauty in them? Come on, man. Somebody told them that they're not supposed to like white women. They're supposed to like, people who look like us, people who, have similar culture with us, people who maybe talk like us, people who, writing words are like us. That's what I think. Well, I think all of us have been told what is acceptable, what we're supposed to like, what we're not supposed to like. But yeah, I think eventually we're gonna come to the conclusion, and all of us is gonna come to the conclusion that, okay, well, white women are the more sexually attractive one. And this goes back to the last video. I mentioned that the standards of beauty is universal. It's within you naturally. It's with you since you were ever born. It's like my dating coach, Mr. Lucayo's motto. The truth is inside you. Men don't need to be taught what is sexually attractive. Men can just feel it. It's like natural law, but in the context of sexual attraction. Men are born with the standard for beauty. An example would be those funny videos where an infant a few months old would stare at some sexually attractive women or just grab them. So this nature is stronger than brainwash. Or how do you explain that 99% of Chinese men like white women while only 1% of them are not?